We have been trying to highlight on this program individuals who make the country go. It is no secret that America is the Saudi Arabia of natural gas, right? Because of that, many feel natural gas is the clean future of energy in America. I happen to be of that belief. Who was it? Was it Pickens that said, just give me all of your trucking fleet, convert them over to natural gas, and energy prices will drop like crazy. Fuel prices will drop like crazy. Just with that one switch, not to mention much cleaner air. I want to bring on Paul Scholsberg. He owns a company that recycles water at fracking sites. And there's a reason why I wanted to bring him on. And Paul, thanks for making time for me on the Chris Salcedo Show today.
Good morning, Chris, and thank you for inviting me on your show.
Natural gas is so essential, I believe, to our energy future. And what you're doing, first off, I want you to explain what role water plays in the fracking process. And everybody has to understand, fracking is a relatively new technology that is revolutionizing the way we extract natural gas. But Paul, tell me what role water plays in the fracking process.
Well, it plays a very critical role. It's a major component part, which is once you drill that hole to obtain that oil or gas, that hydrocarbon, you have to fracture that formation down there to release it so it comes to the surface. Water is the primary source of that fracturing process under pressure.
Okay, and so when the water is used, and I'm assuming it comes to the surface at one point, it is contaminated water. You know, it's not pure anymore. So you guys, what do you guys do with that water?
My partner and I have a company based out of Texas, but we're operating all over the country. We have a mobile system we put at the well site or in a centralized site, and when the water that is used to frack these formation rises to the top, we then take it, treat it, recycle it, and allow it to be reused an infinite number of times.
Okay, now
we're preserving that precious asset.
Right. Natural gas, folks, is cheap because it's so plentiful, but still there is an expense that is required if you're going to use fresh water every time and then dispose of it properly. Paul, just give me a ballpark. I'm not even sure if you have this figure. By recycling the water, how much money are you saving these energy companies?
Millions.
Millions. And so folks understand that millions translates into cheaper natural gas and oil for you and me. Isn't that right, Paul?
That would be a very correct statement.
Yeah. And so you guys have the ability, using some good old-fashioned Yankee ingenuity, because a lot of people, and the reason I brought you on specifically because a lot of folks don't think about this, about doing simple things like this that help keep our products inexpensive. And as I said, natural gas, plentiful and cheap and abundant. I think it's a solution. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you, and there's one element that you have not mentioned in that last statement, which is not only is this going to affect the cost of energy, natural gas or oil, but it also is preserving a very critical natural resource, water, which many parts of the country are beginning to be concerned about running out of.
Well, yeah, Texas, for example, folks, because so many people are fleeing left-wing states to come to a robust economy where the government stays the hell out of your way. Texas is that type of government. And folks are fleeing California and New York and Illinois, and they're coming and they're escaping to Texas and other states like Texas. No income tax here, by the way. And so what Paul is saying is true, because people are coming here so fast that they're struggling to get water resources up to snuff to handle the increased population.
West Texas is concerned about water. South Texas in certain areas is concerned about water. The East Coast is concerned. Each of them has a different concern, but it all comes back to the center point. Water is one of the new goals, and we have to protect it.
All right. Overregulation has been a bugaboo of mine, courtesy of President Obama's EPA. But I sense that they would look at what you're doing and give a thumbs up and say, and give you all the support that you need because you are recycling water. Is that the case? Is the EPA your friend on this one?
We have yet to run into the EPA, but yes, if we were to encounter them today, we would be their friend and they would be ours. We're all focused on the same thing, protecting the environment, creating a set of operating rules. You have to have rules of some element and guidelines, and we're all focused on achieving greater amounts of energy at a cheaper price and yet not destroying the environment.
Paul, two-part question. Number one, the name of your company. Number two, North Dakota has been expanding energy production on private land, and they have become another one of these states where people are flocking to get employment. So what's the name of your company, and are you hiring?
The name of the company is Water Rescue Services. We're based out of Fort Worth and Dallas. And yes, we're always looking for qualified people that are interested in working outside in this area of the industry and treating water.
All right, Paul Scholsberg, thank you very much for making time here on the Chris Salcedo Show.
Thank you for
Appreciate
inviting me on the show.
You betcha. Safe travels, sir.